Welcome back to the CNN Facebook Republican presidential debate here at the Venetian Las Vegas. What do you consider anti-American?
Well, first of all, let me just complain a little bit.
It's the first time I've spoken, and several people have had multiple questions, so please try to pay attention to that.
Look, the simple fact is, if you think this is tough and you're not being treated
this
fairly,
isn't tough and easy.
imagine what it's going to be like dealing with Putin, or dealing with President Xi, or dealing with the Islamic terrorism that exists. This is a tough business to run for president.
You're a tough guy, Jeb.
And we need to have a leader that is
real tough.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to the
Let's see,
presidency.
I'm at 42 and you're at 3, so
Doesn't
far
matter.
I'm doing better.
Doesn't matter.
So far I'm doing better. You know, you started off over here, Jeb. You're moving over further and further. Pretty soon you're going to be off the end.
You know what a leader does? A leader has a sound program, has a good policy, and then brings people together to solve problems. There is a big problem. It's called encryption. And the people in San Bernardino were communicating with people who the FBI had been watching. But because their phone was encrypted, because the intelligence officials could not see who they were talking to, it was lost.
Is the Middle East better off with dictators?
No one is ever better off with dictators, but there comes a time, you know, when you're on an airplane,
They always say, in case of an emergency, oxygen mask will drop down, put yours on first, and then administer help to your neighbor. We need oxygen right now, and we need to start thinking about the needs of the American people before we go and try to solve everybody else's problems.
I want to talk to the audience at home for a second. If your eyes are glazing over like mine, this is what it's like to be on the floor of the United States Senate.
I mean, endless debates about how many angels on the head of a pin from people who've never had to make a consequential decision in an executive position.
one of the things that you'll notice if you look through my life
Is that I don't do a lot of talking, I do a lot of doing.
Mr. Trump, just this weekend you said Senator Cruz is not qualified to be president because he doesn't have the right temperament and acted like a maniac when he arrived in the Senate. But last month you said you were open to naming Senator Cruz as your running mate.
I did.
So why would you be willing to put somebody who's a maniac one heartbeat away from the presidency?
But I've gotten to know him over the last 3 or 4 days. He has a wonderful temperament. He's just fine. Don't worry about it.
Could you wage war as a commander-in-chief?
Well, interestingly enough, you should see the eyes of some of those children
When I say to them, we're going to have to open your head up and take out this tumor. They're not happy about it, believe me. And they don't like me very much at that point. But later on, they love me.